Now, having been quoted as being something of a national treasure in the past, acoustic guitarist Guy Buttery has released yet another album just last month. Buttery has also been internationally recognized and enjoyed invitations to play across the world for many years. His international role has surpassed merely performing at international audiences, but rather has evolved into being one of an ambassador of South Africa's music.
Celebrated South African musical virtuoso Guy Buttery returns with a brand new approach to music, seamlessly merging traditional musical genres with ambient and groove-driven psychedelia. Guy has been in the music industry for a long time.
I started playing music professionally quite a long time ago now. I think it was about 2000, 2001. I was still in school, and I was actually kind of doing concerts on the weekends, like going and touring with other bands from Durban, where I'm from, and have been kind of making records since then. My first record was 2002, and the album I've just released came out in March, and it's that is my 6th solo album. So I've been going at it for some time now, and yeah, very happy to be up here on tour and traveling around again.
His highly anticipated album release is almost 2 years in the making and sees Guy collaborating with some of the country's finest musicians.
The new record was recorded over quite a long period of time. We did it over about 2 years, and the whole session started out in a farmhouse in Zululand, in KZN, and they kind of evolved to being recorded around the world. There were parts recorded in the US and in France and in Italy. And it really is this kind of mixed bag of all the different genres that I'm into. There's all kinds of stuff in there with great guest artists, Vusi Maklasela, Dan Patlansky's on there, Derek Gripper, Shane Cooper, wonderful French musician named Piers Ficini, and a guy that I was very fond of growing up and still really enjoys music, a guy named Will Ackerman from the US. So yeah, it's really a kind of joining of fusing of so many different musicians and genres.
A multi-award-winning musician and a fine acoustic guitarist, Guy continues to bring his deep sense of musical understanding into his compositions. His songs are delicate yet fierce, profoundly deliberate yet still spontaneous and playful.
I guess the kind of music that I make is largely an amalgamation of so many different genres, which is probably a result of my kind of obsession with so many different kinds of music and listening to so many different kinds of music. And I think that infiltrates into what it is that I do. It's kind of loosely based on a lot of African music, but at the same time, not at all. There's sort of Indian classical influences, there's Celtic influences, there's influence from all over the place. And a difficult one to kind of sum up, because it really is this kind of strange fusion of so many different kinds of different musics.
He's one of the country's finest fingerstyle guitarists and one of our most talented musical exports. He gave some insight into his musical style.
The guitar is capable of so many different sounds, and people forget that it's essentially a large sort of wooden box which can be manipulated into a drum or into many things. And I kind of took influence from so many different guitar players and incorporated a bunch of different techniques essentially. But so they'll see me with my hand coming over to try and get a thing to sort of sustain note elsewhere and some kind of drum action, because this thing's just endless, you know. You can never finish studying the guitar, ever.
Having spent a great deal of time outdoors in the composition process, Guy allowed the environment to seep into his creations. Nature holds a big place in his heart, and the space of adventure, exploration, and freedom affected his music deeply, pushing his exploration even further.